man, one of the topics that keeps coming up here in Boxing Talk is Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis. A lot of people want to see that fight. Some people feel like Jaron Boots Ennis doesn't deserve the opportunity. Some people feel like Terence Bud Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. Some people feel like Jaron Boots Ennis is ducking Terence Bud Crawford. Let's talk about all that in this video because Terence Bud Crawford just did an interview with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour on YouTube. And the topic of Jaron Boots Ennis came up. Let's talk about what Terence Bud Crawford had to say. And is he ducking Jaron Boots Ennis? Is Boots Ennis ducking him? Let's get it going in this video, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share these videos on your social media platform. Catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And hit me up if you want to debate. My email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Or you can also come by the channel while I'm live, and we can get it cracking right then and there. Now, I never miss words. Everybody know that I'm not a Terence Crawford fan. But what I am is I'm very objective. I'm not a hater. And I give that man credit where credit is due. But I'm not a fan of his. And I don't hate him, no, but I'm not going to lie. Some of his fans, I really dislike y'all, bro. Because y'all are delusional as hell, bro. Really, really fucking delusional. Like, no way around that shit. However, in the case of Terence Bud Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis, this is what I think. I don't think Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't think Jaron Boots Ennis is ducking Terence Bud Crawford. I get really irritated with people that are saying Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis, and I get very irritated, extremely irritated with people that say Jaron Boots Ennis is ducking Terence Crawford. More so that. And I'll explain to you why. Here's why Jaron Boots Ennis. Here's why Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis are in the situation that they're in and how this shit is happening, right? Number one, if you're Jaron Boots Ennis, Terence Crawford cannot be ducking you because you're not in his weight class, bro. Number one. He can't be ducking you because you're not in his weight class. It's on Jaron Boots Ennis to move up, put himself in position where Bud Crawford has to go through Jaron Boots Ennis to accomplish his goals. Bud Crawford has talked about two things to end his career. He's talked about wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez, as he did in this interview, which we'll get to. And he's talked about wanting to become three-time undisputed at 154 pounds. If you're Jaron Boots Ennis, you can't become Canelo Alvarez. You can't all of a sudden go into a fucking Steve Urkel Family Matters transformation chamber and come out that bitch and be Canelo Alvarez. So you can't get on this list by changing into Canelo Alvarez. But what you can do if you're Jaron Boots Ennis is you can use your IBF status as champion, move up to 154 pounds, petition the IBF, and tell your new promoter, Eddie Hearn, to throw a bunch of money at Bakram Murtazaliev so you can try to get that IBF belt from Bakram Murtazaliev because he's the champion that no one is paying attention to right now. You got Spence and Fundora doing their thing with the WBC and the WBO. Fundora could be stripped for the WBO. You got Bud Crawford going after the WBA and the WBO by making himself the WBO interim champion. So those three belts are what all the big names are paying attention to right now. No one's paying attention to the IBF belt and Bakram Murtazaliev, but you do need the IBF belt to be undisputed. So Jaron Boots Ennis, if he really wants to fight Terence Bud Crawford, he should move up to 154, put himself in position in the IBF, and make it to where, hey, Bud, you still want to be undisputed in 3 separate weight classes? You want to be the first man to do that shit? Here go to IBF. That's how you chase the fight if you Jaron Boots Ennis. And then just to furthermore that, before I get on Terence Bud Crawford, to just kind of take that even further for you, fuck Terence Bud Crawford for a second if you're Jaron Boots Ennis. I made this point on my live stream, and I'll make it again here since we're continuing the conversation. Just to get big fights or have the opportunity to fight, to have bigger names in your division and have a better chance of getting big fights, because none of the people at 147 are big fights, number one. Number two, they haven't showed any real interest in fighting you, bro. If Mario Barrios and Montes Stanionis was open to fighting Jaron Boots Ennis, he'd be fighting with Premier Boxing Champions right now, fucking with Prime. But he had to go over to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and DAZN because those guys over there wasn't trying to fight him. So those two guys ain't keen on the fight for you. You're not going to be a big enough name within a year or two to make them have to come see you at 147 pounds. And the WBO champion, Brian Norman Jr., he about to fight Teofimo Lopez. You know Top Rank ain't feeding Teofimo to you. So you in a position at 147 where moving up to the 154 pounds is the right move for your career. Bud Crawford be damned, because as I continue to say, Virgil Ortiz is at that weight class, Erickson Lubin, Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, Xander Zayas. Jermell Charlo is still there. Terence Crawford, Earl Spence, Jesus Ramos. I believe Charles Conwell is there at 154 pounds. He might be a middleweight. Nah, he 154 pounder. Like, so all of the names, Virgil Ortiz, if I didn't say his name, I can't believe I forgot Virgil, but all the names in his era, mid-20s, young 20s, coming up in his generation, they all at 154 right now. So get yourself up there and become a champion and be a guy that all these guys have to go through. So just for his career, Bud Crawford be damned. He should be moving to 154 anyway with the lay of the land the way it is right now. Dudes don't want to fight you. Don't be Gary Russell Jr. Don't be Gary Russell Jr. the third. Don't be Gary Russell Jr. and stick around at welterweight the way that he stuck around at featherweight, just saying people ducking you, saying nobody want no smoke while you ain't making no move to go make that shit happen. So there's that bit on Jaron Boots Ennis. You can't say Terence Crawford is ducking him because Terence Bud Crawford going after Canelo Alvarez. You can't duck Jaron Boots Ennis to fight Canelo Alvarez. Sorry, bro. Way bigger money, way bigger fight. Huge legacy for Terence Bud Crawford. So I can't say he ducking Jaron Boots Ennis for that reason. It's different eras. It's another reason. Bud Crawford stuck around at welterweight for a long time, accomplished, undisputed against the other top guy in the welterweight division, and he's moving up to 154 pounds to fight a champion. That's why I'm not saying he ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. But here is where Terence Bud Crawford fanboys get on my fucking nerves. Everything I just said, they're going to be like, yo, Knockout keeping it real on Bud for once. Knockout is keeping it real on Bud Crawford for once. I got to give it to Knockout. Knockout is it. Knockout is, see, ever since Bud beat Earl, Knockout ain't had no choice but to give Bud Crawford his props. But this is where I'm going to lose you Bud Crawford fanboys. This is where I'm going to lose Sir Senior. This is where I'm going to lose the fangirls too, like Bella Faith. Feel me? This is where I'm going to lose my brother Ronnie Bravo. This is where I'm going to lose y'all. My issue is also, and this is an even bigger issue, is that people are saying that Jaron Boots Ennis is ducking Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford with Ariel Helwani said, right where I'm at right now, I'm looking at the fight that makes the most sense, and that's not Boots. Canelo's going to bring way more to my legacy and way more to my bank account. This is on top of Terence Bud Crawford saying that he has bigger, when Boots came up back in 2023, he said, I have bigger fish to fry than Jaron Boots Ennis. He said he wasn't interested in that fight right then. Okay? So every time that he's asked about Jaron Boots Ennis, he points to the direction of Canelo Alvarez. So I ask everybody, how can Jaron Boots Ennis duck somebody that don't want to fight him? How can you duck a man that said he's not interested in fighting you? How is that like? This is where y'all brains don't meet my brain. This is where y'all's logic is stupid to me, and this is that fanboy, fangirl shit I be talking about. I got no problem with Bud Crawford wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez. I got a problem with the fight, but it's because of Canelo. That fight is Canelo cherry picking. And a cherry pick that a lot of Bud Crawford fans feel like could go wrong. That is Canelo Alvarez pulling somebody up basically 3 weight classes. Because Terence Crawford be making one stop at 154, then going right up to 168. That would be Canelo Alvarez not fighting the fights that we want to see. And trying to pull up Jermell Charlo 2 weight classes. Terence Crawford 2 weight classes. Jaime Munguia didn't do shit to get the fight. Fucking Edgar Berlanga, who he's fighting next, didn't do shit to get the fight. Triple G never fought at 168. pulled him up. John Ryder already had 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. So I don't like the fight because of Canelo Alvarez, but for Terence Bud Crawford, it's a win-win situation for him. If he win the fight, oh my God, is he greater than Floyd Mayweather? That's what his fans gonna say. Even though Floyd beat Canelo when Canelo was in his prime, and like damn near a decade ago. But whatever. But oh my God, he's greater than Floyd. Oh my God, Terence Crawford is the GOAT. That's if he win that bitch. If he lose that hoe, he dared to be great. He fought like a dog. He didn't quit. He did better than Jermell Charlo. Now he can go back to 154, and can't nobody his size at 154 in his weight class see him. He moved up to chase greatness against Canelo, and now he can continue to chase greatness down there. That loss don't even really hurt his legacy. It's a win-win for him. Plus, on top of all the shit I just said about his legacy and how a loss and a win against Canelo Alvarez would be perceived for Terence Bud Crawford, he gonna get the biggest bag he could possibly get. Ain't no fight gonna be bigger for him. He gonna get millions and millions and millions of dollars on top of not being a risk for his career or a risk for his legacy at all in terms of his career taking a hit. For Canelo Alvarez, if he beat Terence Crawford, okay, you beat a dude that was at welterweight. You pulled up another little bitty ass dude. What's up with David Benavidez? Why you ducking him? What happened to your goals to be undisputed in 175? Where'd they go? You don't want that shit no more, huh? So Canelo, trash for him, great for Terence Crawford. Overall, weight classes for a reason. I don't like the fight, but I got no problem with Bud Crawford going after it. But if he's openly going after that, and I'll end it with this, if he's openly going after that, and he's openly saying now on multiple occasions, more than one occasion, he has let it be known he's not interested in Jaron Boots Ennis. He don't want to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. He's interested in Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight that he wants. He's let it be known on multiple occasions. So I asked everyone watching this video, how can Jaron Boots Ennis be ducking Terence Bud Crawford if Terence Bud Crawford don't want to fight him? You and me. I do a lot of debates on this channel. We'll be having a debate tournament later this year. If you call me out to a debate, and I say I don't want to debate you, I'd rather debate this person over here. I don't want to debate you, I'd rather debate this person over here. How did you duck me? How did you duck me? If you want to debate me, and I turn down your debate and say, no, thank you, I'm not interested because I want to take this debate over here, how did you duck me? And that's my issue with Terence Bud Crawford fans, bro. Y'all's logic sometimes is some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard in all of my life. So I don't like a lot of y'all, bro. I can only tolerate a few. Cause some of them are funny enough, real enough in other aspects, real enough with Terence Bud Crawford, fun enough to where like, all right, bro, like that's cool. Let's talk our shit. Let's have fun. I can stand you. But the ones that's like really pushing this shit, that's really like on this train, when you hear what your favorite fighter is saying, I don't understand that shit. You'll never say that shit again about nobody else other than Bud Crawford. If any other fighter in boxing says, I don't want to fight somebody, you will never say that the person that they saying they don't want to fight is the one that's ducking. Only for Bud. I call it Bud logic. It's Bud logic, bro. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of this Jaron Boots Ennis, Terence Bud Crawford situation. Is anybody ducking? Who's ducking who? I maintain that neither one of them is ducking each other. Different eras, different times, and they can both do things to put themselves in position to get the fight. Mainly, it's on Jaron Boots Ennis to put himself in position to where guys like Terence Crawford, guys like Earl Spence, guys like Sebastian Fundora, guys like Tim Tszyu, guys like Virgil Ortiz have to come see him. And no one has to come see you at 147 because all of those big fights have moved to 154. If you want to go big fight chasing If you want to get these names on your resume, if you want your opportunity to truly show your greatness, you got to lead a 147-pound division behind. You got to go up there to 154, grab you the belt that no one's paying attention to, and make them pay attention to it, and make them have to see you. That's what he needs to do, not only to get Terence Crawford, but to keep his career from going stagnant and just doing title defense after title defense after title defense after title defense, because that's all the only legacy he can build down at 147 is that Gary Russell Jr. type shit. Oh, I defended my belt for 7 straight years. What big fights you been in? None. But I'm a true champion. I fought all my mandatories. Nah, dog, get your ass up there to 154. Stop playing. Stop playing. The only way he should stay at 147 is if he getting Ryan Garcia coming off of Ryan Garcia's suspension. It's the only fight at 147 that would do anything for his name recognition, bro. You need to get your ass up to 154 ASAP Rocky. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.